This week we're starting our first ever landscape garden lighting course. What?
Looks like the Three Stooges.
Hi, I'm Chris. I started my electrical journey 23 years ago and now I run a garden lighting manufacturing business. In this video, I'm really not happy about this. In this box kind of represents the pinnacle of all the spending that I'm having to do, because we got the little plug-in test things. We got that for free. Of course, you never get these things for free, do you? They're like bolted into the price of the product. And then we got a KT63DL test meter. It's just so much money. I've literally spent, I don't know, 10 grand, I think, setting up all these courses. And we've had 4K of training sales. Not a great deal, really. Basically, what we do is repeating that to there and to there. I put that board up probably 2 weeks ago. I've been waiting for all the bits and pieces to come. I'll be honest, I've been putting off spending the money on, really putting all of this in place. I've really kind of been going, I don't want to spend the money. And as Mark, who used to be here, laughs about all the time about Amex, it's like our Amex fault spending, which obviously means that I've got a big bill to come in a few weeks, which should be fun. When I first started advertising the course, I was getting loads and loads of hate in the comments on a lot of electricians going, we don't need a course, this is stupid. And I'm like, well, I beg to differ, because every time I go and see a project, I can always find something that isn't being done correctly. We recently introduced things like new certificates to deal with testing of extra low voltage, which just isn't something that exists at present. Not everyone tests low voltage, but not extra low voltage. I don't know if you've seen this skip outside, but it's a mess. It's not very often that I always get like the laser out, but I kind of want everything to look nice and consistent and neat. Things being not fully lined up is going to really annoy me. I think it's good to educate people. When we did it, we really struggled with it when we first started. I could have used something like having a course that you could go to that would have taught you how to succeed in it. You're putting it into your best knowledge and thinking, oh, it's going to last and it's going to be great, and then finding out that 6 months down the line you're getting some callback. Plus there's this issue around safety. A lot of people are putting in mains GU10 spike lights. I just don't think they're safe. And of course, when I made this, I didn't bloody well make the panel wide enough. That's fine, it's fine, I'll make it work. The more I come across people, the more I approach or see garden designers and they go, oh, you know what, I wish I knew this, or I wish I knew this. It really kind of opened it up to go, maybe there is, something here to teach people all of this. I think that was the main driving point behind doing it. Yeah, it's a shame that we're not going on site today. But that's the way life goes. Nearly finished. There is a lot of bars in here. What's really annoying is that some of these have got damage from the sub spindle, and as a result they're now scrap. And one of the things that we've been doing is we've just been getting these skip bags and then leaving them out for the local travelling community that go around taking all of the scrap, or sometimes it's not the travelling community, I don't know. Anything that's aluminium, I let them have that, because we're only talking like a 10 kilo bag or something, but that 10 kilo bag might be worth £80, so it's worth us actually taking it to the scrapyard. But we know it all gets recycled. Good. That's good, and that's good. So really, garden lighting should have annual maintenance, and that's something that's not being done anywhere. The minimum maintenance that's being done in a garden is quarterly maintenance, and of course that is just, I say just, it's not just, but it's trimming things back and cutting things down and planting bits and pieces and removing and replacing and so on and so forth. But with planting growing around the garden lighting, things don't remain static, they're always dynamic. Periodically we need a bit of testing done, like once a year, because maybe a gardener's come along and cut through a cable, or an animal started to chew through a cable, which we won't find out unless we actually test to actually verify that that's the case. There has never been a garden lighting course, like a formal course, that's existed. I've had to work out a curriculum and set everything up myself, literally work it all out as you go along, and I think it's helped doing it for the last 3.5 years on the design side. With the install course, I'll teach it for the first time next week. It's very likely that off the back of that I'll go, that didn't work as well as I hoped it would, I'm going to change that. The criticism, I think, come from a lot of electricians. There's this kind of idea that it's the superior trade, and it's quite interesting. There's a lot of banter. There's a lot of banter around all of that, and that's fine. In anything, there's a level of maybe curiosity and going, I think this is crap, but maybe you can tell me otherwise. It's like electricians going, well, hang on, you're trying to take away my job. And my answer to that is no, I'm not. Basically, I'm trying to re-educate those that are already installing garden lighting. So if the landscape contractor's already willing to do garden lighting, they're not using an electrician anyway. They're already doing it. So let's try and teach them to do it in a way that they do it safely and correctly. But also I want to educate them around the boundaries of what they can and can't do. You know, at the right point they get an electrician in. So like for the new circuits to be installed or the alterations and additions to the 230 volt side, they should be getting an electrician in. But for like changing something like for like a light fitting, like for like, they probably don't need to have an electrician in for that. We did kind of find the hate a little bit entertaining. There was some interesting stuff on there. Loads of stuff to do. How long do you think this is going to take me? I think at least all day.
It never happened.
I'm still putting this together. We've got the students, the first landscape students in tomorrow, and I've still got to finish this off. Got lots of cable coming. It's one of those things that you kind of invest and go, I don't really need 3 cable drums, but if I don't do 3 cable drums, someone doesn't get the full experience. And I'm really thinking about how can I make sure that someone doing the work is getting the full entire experience out of doing this. There we go. The Stanley knives. 3 of those. Oh, it's also, I forgot I bought this. We needed CT1 for halos. And I wanted to make sure that every station on the course has their own. But anyway, the cable goes on there, goes in there. And it means when you pull your cable off, easy to pull the cable off. There you go. Cam just bought me up this package, which is our blue rope, and also our ducting. I was really worried that this wasn't going to come in time, so I am really happy to see this. This is actually the smallest end of ducting that you can get as well. I think it's 40 mil. Yeah, it's 40 mil. That's ideal for what we're doing tomorrow.
It looks like the 3 stages. Have you ever seen that? I'm actually so tired.
Oh, Cam! Oh, that's
Sorry, 2 more.
So these are our new training rigs. Basically they're to represent different aspects of the garden. So this would be the decking, this would be like the patio, then you've got the stairs and a wall. They've got different holes where we can put different like light fixtures in, and then this area is going to be for planting, and then when the students come in they can basically decide what light should light the different areas. We try to do it at a small scale with all the like adding all the different aspects in, but it's quite hard to add everything in. But I did it on Vectorworks, the plan, and then I did it in 3D as well, and then we sent it off to someone who could build it all.
At the moment, what I'm trying to do is get the planting into these, well, into our rigs. I thought that we were going to use these plastic square planters to house all the planting, and realised actually when I saw the rig I was like, this isn't going to work. It just doesn't work really nicely with the design. It looks kind of like a bit shoved together. I'm trying to create something that's really special for our students. What I'm doing is I'm cutting a hole in each of these rigs for each of these plants that we've had from our exhibition, and we're actually going to sink that planter down into that space, and then we're going to fill it with this black sand, which is kind of cool. And it just then makes it look a little bit like it's soil. So then it gives us a little bit more of an authentic experience. What else have I got to do? I've got to pull these out. We've got to label all these boxes. There's some stuff to collect from TLC. I think it's going to be a really long night / early morning.